Well, he may be versatile, but he's not a contortionist yet. He would have needed to be to get that back. What luck for Edberg.
Oh!
Advantage, Mister.
Devastating shot on grass, or on any surface, of course, the lob, if it's hit at the right time, when your opponent is committed to the forward motion. There was no way Muster could have even begun to run for that one.
Game, Mister. Edberg leads 5 games to 4.
And I think, Bill, when Thomas Muster lost in Paris to Michael Stick, it was a little bit unlucky in the fact that Stick had a golden afternoon, and of course the balls were a little bit fast, so he was very disappointed, came over here straight away to start preparing for Wimbledon for the first time seriously.
Yeah, well, it may, of course, have done his grass court preparation a lot of good, that, because he was so unused to it, Muster, that the learning process was obviously going to take a long time.
Stefan Edberg with back with Tony Pickard, who was with him for 10 years, and then for a year they parted company as Stefan began to wind down, but he's working again with Tony Pickard. Actually, they had words shortly before Rome, and Stefan suggested it might be a good idea that he teamed up again with him. And there he beat Ivanisevic, lost to Krajcik in the quarterfinal, so that was a good start. Then beat Chang at the French Open, even better, member of the top 10 like Ivanisevic, and lost to Rosset. So I think the association is proving fruitful.
Love 15.
Well, just a good vantage point for Boris Becker. He'll be out playing Wayne Ferreira later in the other semi-final. Just keeping a beady eye on these two.
This is the rapid reaction force at work, if you like. It's a late take back. Look, back, through. Very quick action. And right down, legs well apart. Lovely balance. Well, this is the ultimate sophistication in lobbing, because he's coming up and round the side of the ball as well. So it's got top spin, side spin, perfect length, and it breaks away from Edberg. You cannot get any better than that with a diagonal lob.
Okay. 5 games all.
And I think all through his career, Thomas Muster has been known as the tremendous competitor.
Yep.
And I remember the thoughts of Becker, who we'd just seen when he recovered magnificently to beat him in the final at Monte Carlo, having lost the first 2 sets.
Love 15.
Becker thought it was impossible. No doubt Edberg does at the moment.
15 all.
Well, you've got to praise him again. Terrific choice of shot here. The off forehand. Edberg expecting it to his backhand.
Well, I think Stefan's just a little bit surprised by the quality of Muster's grass court game. Just a little appeal with the eyes to Daniel Leconto in the chair as to whether that might have been a fault, but no call.
Okay, Muster. Muster leads 6 games to 5.
Well, if I was Edberg sitting there with my the grass court record that he's got, I mean, this is his backyard with a vengeance. Queens, that's where he does all his practicing when he's in London. And, of course, he's won the title here and performed so well here in over 12 years. And if I was Edberg and walked back at 5-4 and was serving for the set, I would think no problem. To be broken to love would destroy my morale no end. And I would have thought it's affected him a bit, and it appeared to, because he dropped his serve to love and then only won 1 point on the Muster serve. Well, I mean, Muster is just hitting the ball so well that it's no great surprise that that's happened. But Edberg has really got to remember who he is and what he can do, because he is just so perfect on grass when he's playing well. And he's just got to serve well. I think that is the key, John. I think he's got to keep serving well, particularly first serves. If he serves too many soft serves, first or second, Muster is going to eat them. Vital game for Edberg, of course, to stay in this set now and then go in the lottery of the tiebreak.
Please be seated directly behind the players. Thank you. Love 15.
Well, there is a good example of what Bill Threlfall was saying. There, a fine first serve. It was deep, it was fast, and he was closing in fast to make the target area reduce with every step for Muster.
Well, a semi-miss hit here from Edberg brings Muster in, who plays that real creepy little pass there. I mean, that's clever.
Well, he's just made his point. He thought it was a fault. Nobody else did. So the score is 40-30. That's the best way to make your points. little bit lucky, perhaps, with that ball off the top of the net, but lethal again with the pass. Anything half-court is being murdered. Set point to Muster.
Deuce.
Didn't think that was very clever of Muster. If he'd done his homework, he would have given Edberg a forehand volley then, because under pressure, that is the side on the volley that can break down with Edberg.
Advantage Edberg. Yeah, Edberg.
Terrific,
6 games all, tiebreak.
terrific finish to the game by Edberg, and the stands absolutely packed. Record crowds again today. The gates were locked yesterday for the 4th day in a row.
Out. 1-0, Mister.
Desperately short serve here by Edberg. Just look where this bounces. Not halfway up the serve. It's got plenty of time. And that's the point we were making earlier about the quality of Edberg's serve probably being the decisive factor. Well, a lot of revelation there about the state of mind of both men. Edberg choosing not to go in behind his second serve and allowing Muster to get there first, dominating from the net, the roles reversed. 3-love.
Three-one.
Well, a lovely stop volley ending by Muster. Who said he can't live around the net?
He was out practicing that shot, as a matter of fact. Ronnie Lightgib standing beside him earlier this morning. Terrible misjudgment there, suggesting that still the indecision is in Edberg's mind.
Yes, well, I guess this is just held up by the wind, but it's a bad... mentally, he left that and wanted it to go out rather than wanted to eat it up and bang it away. He's got a real problem now, Edberg. He's been broken